We've got a lot to discuss with Senator Michael Lee of Utah. Great to have you back, Senator.
Thank you, Shannon.
All right, I want to play a little bit of what we've heard about whether or not there could be a mandate, whether that is the role of the government. Here are some tidbits over the last year or so.
No, I don't think it should be mandatory. I wouldn't demand to be mandatory. But
perhaps the federal government should step in and issue mandates.
I think the question here, one, that's not the role of the federal government. That is the role that institutions, private sector entities, and others may take. That certainly is appropriate.
I don't think you'll ever see a mandating of vaccine, particularly for the general public.
Okay, so Senator, we have now arrived at what looks like an OSHA rule, which is essentially forcing private businesses to do what the government at least has been saying, the Biden administration saying they could not do. It's another way to get it accomplished.
Yes, and I was thrilled to hear that Joe Biden and Jen Psaki agreed with the basic principles of federalism and limited government and separation of powers. This isn't the role of the federal government. It's certainly not something the President of the United States can order alone. To the extent government action is appropriate in this area, it's appropriate only at the state and the local level. Even there, it shouldn't happen at all because people shouldn't be forced to choose between keeping their job and being able to feed their family on the one hand, and on the other hand, getting a medical procedure they don't want.
So I talked to or heard from a business owner down in Florida tonight. Obviously, Governor DeSantis has taken a different position on this, and he has pushed back hard against any mandates, masks, vaccines, whatever. Florida's been kind of a different place, but now this business owner has to make a decision. He's got a lot of employees all over the world, and he doesn't want to comply with this mandate, but it would cost him thousands, tens, maybe hundreds of thousands when all of these fines pile up. So what do you say to those folks? Because listen, it's going to take a court battle to get further clarification on this. That could take some time. In the meantime, it could cost people a lot of businesses, and it could cost a lot of jobs.
Yeah, this is the same question that I'm hearing from business owners throughout Utah and across America. They've set these fines at a rate that makes it crippling, that really would destroy any business model. $14,000 roughly per person per day of violation. These things mount up quickly, and they mount up in such a way that it makes it extortionate, makes it impossible to not comply. That's why the Biden administration is doing it this way, and the Biden administration knows that by the time this works its way through the courts, there's a good chance that the damage might be done, and he might have won. But at what cost? 14% of Americans. That's the entire population of America who believes it's okay to make someone lose their job over this. It's not right.
Quickly, you've had a number of measures against mandates. You're not anti-vax. You're anti-mandate. There's a difference.
Yes, there's a big difference. I've gotten the vaccine. My entire family has. I've encouraged everyone I know to get the vaccine. But that is a personal choice, and it's not a choice that the government should enforce. It's certainly not something that should force people to lose their jobs. It's why I've gone to the Senate floor 14 times now, including today, each time offering up different pieces of legislation to stop the mandate. My latest one today drew the objection of Democratic senators, as each of the others have as well. That's unfortunate.